We're closing in on tip-off here at Wittenberg University for the boys. State semifinal in Division 5, Columbus Academy at 27-0, Summit Country Day at 17-7. Couple of youngsters headlining this one. It'll be Max Joyner for Summit Country Day, averaging about 15 points a ball game. On the other side, Jason Singleton averaging just over 13. Just mere moments away from the start of this one, and we'll have it to you coming up on Spectrum News 1. On tap, it's the boys' state Final Four in Division 5. And we've got a good one here in this nightcap at Wittenberg University. Summit Country Day and Columbus Academy next on Spectrum News 1. And a pleasant good evening to you as we welcome you in from Springfield, Ohio. I'm Geoff Kim. Ken LaRock is your videographer tonight. We are at Wittenberg University for this back end of a double dip here in the state Final Four, and in this one it'll be Summit Country Day. The Silver Knights in with a record of 17-7. They are the winners in Region 20. They'll take on Columbus Academy. The Vikings are perfect in 27 games, 27-0. They are the Region 18 champions. Should be a great one here tonight, as we expect to see a lot of firepower on both teams. Big-time college prospects coming on up that we'll see here tonight. We'll step aside right here for the nation's anthem, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip when we return on Spectrum News 1. If you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. First, for Summit Country Day, the Silver Knights are 17-7. Out of Region 20, the 5 seed, Kevin Johnson in his second year at the helm as the head coach, 34-14. They are out of the Miami Valley Conference. The backcourt features 12 Dallas Goings at 5'9", a sophomore, and 21 LJ Stocks, 6'1", a junior. He'll run with them at the point. Up front, 3 is Caleb Walters at 6'2", a senior. 11, Max Joyner, 6'5", a freshman. And 14, Tim Martin Jr. at 6'6", a junior. For Columbus Academy, the Vikings are perfect at 27 tries, undefeated in all those games. They've come out of Region 18, the 2 seed. Jeff Worsler in his 13th year as the head coach out of the Central Buckeye League. 3 guards, 2, Caden Ivory at 6'4", a sophomore. 3, Theo Falkenhain at 5'11", a senior. And 5, Jason Singleton Jr., 6'4", a junior. Up front, it's 22, Anderson Davis at 6'4", a senior. And 33, MJ Jackson at 6'3", a senior. The officials for tonight's ball game, Max Baldwin, Tim Busher, and Steve Tabor. Since this is the back end of 2 games here at Wittenberg, there is no nation's anthem prior to this one, and we go right to the starting lineups and to the opening tip as well. And the tap is controlled. Still waiting to see to Summit Country Day, and away we go here in Springfield. Dallas Goings will control up front. Loose on the sideline, out of bounds. It'll stay up front, last touched by Columbus Academy. The Vikings are in the white uniforms tonight with the maroon trim and numerals. It's the blue uniforms tonight here for Summit Country Day. It's Walters playing it in. Tim Martin Jr., 3-level scorer, so he's in danger everywhere. He fills the lane, he kicks it out. Walters handles and now plays to the stud, the freshman, and Max Joyner. They keep it on the outside. Joyner spun around outside. Walters for 3 from the corner, and that's how we start things off. 3-0 in favor of Summit Country Day. Caleb averaging 12 points a ball game, 3-0, and they play down low to the big man, and it's turned over, or saved. It's saved up front. Here's 3 from the corner. Falkenhain ties it up. Theo averaging 12 points a ball game. We are knotted up at 3, our first tie of the ball game. Joyner up top. Walters lost it. Trying to save it against the double team. It's a jump ball. And we'll head the other way. The ball's in possession of Columbus Academy. As we mentioned, 27-0. The 2 seed in Region 18 Central 1 District. They have blowout wins, running clock wins in the sectional. And they played sterling defense to get here. Here's Falkenhain, low on the left, throws up the runner, charge. So the senior guard, Theo Falkenhain, picks up his first on the lack of player control, and we head the other way with 6:28 to go. They keep it on the outside. Goings feeds in. Walters, low right, draws a double, steps around, no good, and we got a blocking call down low.
Foul number 22, Anderson Davis. That's his first.
Anderson Davis, who's going to Case Western after he graduates, picks up the personal. Team fouls are even at 1.
LJ Stocks.
So LJ Stocks to the line. 6'1" junior, averaging 8 points a ball game. Misfires on the first. Shooting just about 64% from the charity stripe this year. Summit Country Day as a team shooting 72%, an awfully good percentage here in the high school ranks. Tied up at 3 with 6:12 frozen on the clock. He lets fly and good, 1 of 2. So LJ on the board, it's 4-3. Columbus Academy looking for their first lead. They've tied up this ball game. Falkenhain wrap around, they play down low. Anderson Davis too hot for him. 2 minutes gone on by. As we had mentioned, Summit Country Day earned a first round bye. Beg your pardon, Columbus Academy got started. We were mentioning them as Summit Country Day earned a first round bye. And then they also had a running clock win to start things off in the sectionals, and things got better from there as well. Low on the left and in. So Stocks gets his first field goal. He's got 3 straight points. It's double your pleasure for the Silver Knights, 6-3.
Summit Country Day foul number 11, Max Joyner. That's his first.
Max Joyner, the freshman, who's been so impressive.
Number 22, Anderson Davis.
Davis to the line. As we had mentioned, going to Case Western after his career here is done. He gets the first. He's an 82.5% shooter at the stripe this year. Free throws, while good for Davis, and he makes them both, has been relatively tough for Columbus Academy. Just over 60% as a team this year. 6-5. After the 2 makes by Davis. It's Joyner up top, works in to Jackson. He gets by him on the crossover and gets 2. Beg your pardon, it's Martin and not Joyner, beg your pardon, and it's 8-5. Singleton puts it on the floor, fouled. Or is this one just knocked out? It is a foul.
Summit Country Day foul number 14.
And it's on Martin.
Tim Martin, that's his first team foul number
2 team fouls now for Summit Country Day. They'll throw in baseline underneath the bucket. They play in. Falkenhain is denied. Saved by Jackson. Jackson throws it up. Too strong off the back iron. The rebound, the put back for Davis.
Anderson Davis.
They play down low. Stolen away. Singleton leading the break down the middle. Nice wrap around into the middle. Did he walk? We have a stop. It's a foul on the floor with 4:15 to go here in the first.
Summer night foul number 3, Caleb Walters. That's his first.
So Caleb Walters picks up his first. And now team fouls are starting to pile on here for Summit Country Day. The throw in comes way up top, Davis. He'll hand it off. Caden Ivory, just a sophomore. He's a high flyer. He can run real well, especially in transition. They play inside. Davis, low left, draws a double. Throws it up, doesn't matter. He scores anyways.
Anderson Davis for 2.
And he gives Columbus Academy their first lead of the night at 9-8. Neither team substituting as of yet. Here's Joyner from long range. Can't pop this one, but Summit Country Day will stay up front. Here's another three, halfway down the well, and we head the other way. 3:33 left to go here in this opening period, 9-8. Summit shows full court pressure and now drop off to a man. So it's token pressure. And Walters, by the way, picked up a foul in that last time down the floor, so he's picked up too quick, and he'll probably have to come out. This one off the hands, MJ Jackson. And Walters does come out. Avery Jordan, the 5'8 junior, comes in, averaging about 5.5 points a ball game, so he's instant offense off the bench. Falkenhain off the catch. 3 off the way. Back iron, no. Davis the rebound, low right. He goes up strong for another bucket. So far it's been Anderson's night. 8 points in the book. It's 11-8. With 3 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. They work inside the runner. And right now there's saran wrap on that side of the building, and now we've got a foul.
Summit Country Day foul number 12, Dallas Goins. That's his first team foul.
Dallas Goins picks up the personal. And now it's 5 team fouls, and now it's 2 every time down for the rest of the quarter. Caden Ivory to the line. He's a 74.5% shooter at the stripe, misfires on the first. Columbus Academy averaging about 64 points a ball game. They really get it done. They're only giving up 37 points a contest, and Ivory misfires on both. It's loose on the floor, saved by Summit Country Day. The Knights average just under 49 points a ball game. They give up just under 35. They are plus 14 in differential on a per game basis. Stolen away, Caden Ivory will lead the attack. Good hands by the guard, and he'll play to Falkenhain, is running right at guard. And now Singleton, the conference player of the year, district player of the year, gets a high screen from Jackson. Now he pumps 12 feet away, misfires, and now we got a foul fighting for the rebound. With 2:13 left to play here in this opening period.
Columbus Academy foul on number 33, MJ Jackson.
MJ Jackson
That's his first team
picks
foul
up
number 3.
the personal. That's his third team foul. So another one to give before we see the penalty for both. 11-8 your score here in Springfield tonight. They play near side. Goins keeps the ball alive, working on Falkenhain. Can't get by Theo, stuck outside the lane. Lucevitz, who came in on the last timeout, plays a lot of center. He's at 6'7", so he's down at the pivot, but he's outside right now. He's waiting to collect the ball. He gets it now. As he works on, Harmon Guin also came in at the last dead ball. 1:28 to play in this opening quarter. Still the 3-point margin. Nice step around and the charge.
Summit Country Day foul number 21, L.J. Stocks.
L.J. Stocks picks up the penalty. That's his first and now 16 fouls.
Number 14, Tim Martin.
Since it's on the Chargers, no free throws here on this, so it'll just be a turnover in possession. Summit showing full court pressure, and they'll drop back off to a man. That's been their MO here in the early minutes. 1:18 to go here in the opening quarter. Vikings up by 3 in the ball. It's Singleton, low left, drives, drops it off, throws it away. Summit on a sideline break. Oh, and it's a walk. Unforced turnovers. And you get a sense of the jitters right now here for both teams starting off, but maybe a little bit more so for Kevin Johnson's team. It's Falkenhain with the ball. Has yet to cross half court, finally does. Picked up by Goins. Davis has been the big factor so far in this one. It's Goin, back up on high, and it's the sophomore guard, Caden Ivory. Ivory trying to create a double team, and it's saved by Singleton. 35 seconds left to go in this opening period. Nice turnaround. Oh, what a move, and in! That's a beauty. Singleton gets his first bucket of the night, 13-8. You can put a star by that one. Drive and a block by Davis, but I think he'll pick up the personal as well.
Columbus Academy foul number 22.
So that's 2 on Davis, and you figure that if you're Jeff Worsler, you're going to have to sit him very soon. He's already at the half-court stripe, and he's going to be replaced on this first free throw. So Tim Martin Jr., as we mentioned, at the line. He gets his free throw, his third point, as Davis comes out. Davis, beg your pardon, Martin is a 3-level scorer, but he can't make the second. Goin saves for Columbus Academy. Up by 4 in the ball, 8 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. It's Singleton. Step around, gives it up. 3 for Falkenhain to close out the quarter. And what a way to close things out for the Vikings as we head to the timeout here on Spectrum News 1. We're through 8 minutes here in Springfield. 16-9 in favor of the undefeated Vikings of Columbus Academy as they lead Summit Country Day here. And this Division 5 state semifinal. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Spectrum News 1. Ken LaRock is our videographer tonight. Doing double duty, you saw Maysville in a double overtime win over Wyoming. I had a buzzer beater that really set this place afire. And it took us a few extra minutes to get started here in Springfield tonight for the nightcap. We can only hope we have a game half as good as the first one. It's Falkenhain. Goin. They keep Falkenhain on that left side, though he shot that 3 to close out the first. From the right side, 3 on the way, he knocks it down. So he opens up quarter number 2 the way he ends quarter number 1, and we go to a timeout. 19-9 as Kevin Johnson calls for the TO for Summit, and we head to a timeout here on Spectrum News 1. The OHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament continues tomorrow on Spectrum News 1, the Spectrum News app, and OHSAA.tv. At 1 o'clock, it's Division 4. It's Hawken against Glenville, followed by Minford and Lutheran East in Division 5 at 4 o'clock. Then on Sunday, all 6 Division 1, 2, and 3 games will be live on Spectrum News 1. Check your local listings for exact matchups. It's all right here on Spectrum News 1, your home for high school sports. Out of the timeout, it was a very quick conference call by Kevin Johnson Jr., the head coach for Summit Country Day, as they need to tighten up. Now, part of it is the fact that they've just not been able to get the ball down the well. But right now, the open 3 being hit by Falkenhain on back-to-back shots has increased the lead. It's a double-digit lead for the first time tonight for the Vikings of Columbus Academy. It's Martin playing back to the freshman. He pops 10 feet away, off the back iron, no good. MJ Jackson, the rebound for Columbus Academy. Falkenhain's been one of the stories of this ballgame. He handles initially, Guin handles. He came in the middle of the first quarter and has yet to sit down, so he's been a big factor here for head coach Jeff Wursler. It's Singleton, the reigning conference and district player of the year, gets a touch, he gives it up, he gets it back from Caden Ivory. They're content to run some clock here with 6:39 to go here till halftime. Man defense, they look inside. Jackson draws the double, kicks it out. 3 on the way, back iron and out. It's loose, it's saved by Summit Country Day. They come up front and it's mishandled and we turn it back over.
And for Summit Country Day.
So Caleb Walters, the combo guard who just got his 1,000th point, lost the handle trying to go to the well.
And for Columbus Academy, number 4, Jack Seymour.
Jack Seymour comes in. He'll take the place of Caden Ivory. Seymour, if you watched them in that game that they had against Margaretta in the regional semifinals, came in the third quarter, hit a big 3 to tie it up going to the fourth, and from there, it was Columbus Academy getting to run away with it, going on a 13-0 run from there. Off the high screen, here's Falkenhain, stuck, he throws it up and good. Theo's on the money right now. He's got 11 points, that's a game high, and it's 21-9. 2 minutes deep here into the second period. Jackson has the ball handler. It's Walters, lost it, and we got a foul. Looked like the baseline official bailed him out.
Columbus Academy foul number 3, Theo Falkenhain.
So Falkenhain picks up his second. And fouls are starting to pile up a little bit. Falkenhain with 2, and Anderson Davis with 2.
That's his first.
Or have they changed it to Singleton? So that's not Falkenhain. They've changed it to Singleton. That's his first. So Theo's no longer in foul trouble, and the ball comes up high. Walters playing a little pitch and catch. Wolusiewicz. Martin, who gives it up and gets it back. Up high on the right. Wolusiewicz going down low, and they play inside, and a stoppage in play. Foul underneath. We saw a hop down low by the post player, but it's a foul, and it's on Singleton, and that's too quick on Jason.
Foul number 2.
It's a second here this period for Columbus Academy. They spread up on top, and now some contact way up high. Theo got his money's worth.
Columbus Academy foul number 3, Theo Falkenhain.
And now Theo picks up his second. So now Falkenhain has 2, Singleton with 2, Anderson Davis with 2. We'll see the senior guard come out, who played so well in that Margaretta game. OJ Stocks. Love the flow on him. They play outside, might have been steps. Wolusiewicz stuck in the paint, kicks it out, 3, back iron, and right now there is saran wrap on that lid right now for Summit Country Day. They've been stuck on 9 for a while.
Summit Country Day foul number 20, TK Nzomu. That's his first Team foul number 1. Checking in for
So
Summit
foul
Country
down
Day
that
number
last
2,
time.
Avery Jordan.
On the attempt for the rebound, Chike Anusianwu. And we'll give you a spelling for that at some point as we progress through the game. He picks up his first. Caden Ivory will handle. Jackson gives it back to Ivory. Seymour in the corner, plays it in down low, go in, and before Jackson could get the bucket low on the right, we have a foul.
Summit Country Day foul number 20.
So a foul before the shot. Dominic, beg your pardon, it's Anusianwu. He picks up his second very quickly. Anusianwu is spelled A-N-U-S-I-O-N-W-U.
Silver Knight sub number 11, Max Joyner.
Max Joyner, who sat some minutes, returns to this ball game. Go into the firing line, misses both. It's Joyner. And he breaks the drought.
Max Joyner.
Max averaging 15 a ball game. He makes it a 21-11 ball game. Jackson. No, that's a beauty. Mid-post, 10 feet away. He gets two of his own. MJ Jackson averaging 6.5 a ball game. Balloons the lead back up to 12, 23-11, halfway through the second. Walters inside. And again, this one's no good. Anusianwu misfires. And a 12-point lead for Columbus Academy in the ball. It's Ivory putting on some speed, going, and has the shot rejected. Three for Joyner. He left it off the front lip. The rebound to MJ Jackson. MJ is a load down on the block at 6'3", 242 pounds. 3:23 to go till halftime. Still a 12-point spread, and the ball's out of bounds. We stay up front.
Summit Country Day foul number 3, Caleb Walters.
Well, the reason why we stay up front is because it's a foul on Caleb Walters, and that's 3 on Caleb, the senior guard. And with 3:21 left to go, he has to come out. It's Ivory between the rings. Charlie Ruby, who we've not mentioned, he handles the ball low left. It's a mismatch for him down low as he exchanged spots, and now he comes outside. Wrap around. Here's Guin. Mid-range jumper is good. Guin gets his first deuce. 6'5" senior, averaging 3 points a ball game, 25-11. This is the biggest lead of the night. Joyner thought about popping 3, did not have the right angle for it. Has to give up the ball. Timeout. Kevin Johnson's seen enough.
Timeout, Summit Country Day.
2:37 left to play. We'll step aside here on Spectrum News 1. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the 17-19 game. That's Cleveland Heights Lutheran East and Minford. And they'll play that game, the state final in Division 5, a week from tomorrow at UD Arena. That's the 22nd. It'll be the early game at 10:45 a week from tomorrow, and you can catch that one right here on Spectrum News 1. And Lutheran East, by the way, is the reigning Division 3 champions. So if nothing else, in boys basketball, you'll have a new champion in Division 3. Out of the timeout. Summit trying to get something going, down by 14. And this one is blocked by Seymour. Jack said, not in my house. Ivory and Columbus Academy up by 14 in the ball. 2:13 left to play here in this opening half. And the Vikings have been as good as advertised. It's Ivory up high on the right. Looking inside. Spin dribble, stuck at the elbow. Here's going for three. Left it off the front iron. They work inside. Three launch from the wing. And again, Summit Country Day a little cold here in this first half, shooting the ball. They look inside, foul, with 1:32 to go.
Silver Knight foul number 2, Avery Jordan. It's his first. Team foul number 4.
Avery Jordan got his money's worth.
Returning for Summit Country Day, number 12, Dallas Goins.
Dallas Goins, who started at point guard tonight, comes back into the ball game for Kevin Johnson. Under a minute and a half left to go till halftime. And right now, Kevin Johnson probably cannot wait to get into that locker room and reset his team. It's Ivory, the runner. Off the mark, not his shot. And Summit Country Day on the break, a 3-on-3. The drive, no good, a blocking call in the middle. And we'll see throws.
Columbus Academy foul number 4, Jack Seymour. That's
Jack Seymour picks up his first.
Shooting 2 for Summit Country Day, number 21, L.J. Stocks.
L.J. Stocks will head to the line. He tried to create in motion, and he gets the first and breaks the drought. His 4th point of this evening. With 63 seconds frozen on the clock.
Number 3, Theo Falkenhain. Number 5, Jason Singleton. And number 22, Anderson Davis.
So the 3 players that were in foul trouble come back into the ballgame, and this is a bit of a gamble by Jeff Worsler as Falkenhain, Singleton, and Davis come back in for the Vikings. I think he wants to see the Vikings close out this first half in style, and Stocks makes them both. 5 for LJ, who's got quite a pedigree, and pressure, big pressure shown by Summit, and it's turned over. Here we go. It's Martin to the hole. He misses it. Davis the rebound. That's the kind of first half it's been for Summit Country Day. It's Davis up high on the right, lost it on the floor, saves it for Falkenhain, and a timeout. Charge to Jeff Worsler and Columbus Academy. And we'll hold things right here. We talked about L.J. Stocks, who hit on a couple free throws the last time. He's got quite a big-time coaching pedigree. His mom, Amber, played 4 years of college basketball over at UC. She then became a head coach and a general manager for the Chicago Sky in the WNBA. LJ's dad is James Whitford, who was head coach at Ball State for a decade and had coaching stops over at Miami University and at Arizona. Both mom and dad had coaching stops at Xavier. If you don't think coaching's in his blood, you've got LJ pegged wrong. (25-13) out of the timeout, 36.8 seconds left to go till halftime. Singleton will toss in. Falkenhain has it. He'll control. Davis has had a very strong first half. Handles it. Under 30 to play. Singleton comes around back. Vikings looking to play for a final shot, and maybe this is wise in the sense that you don't want to risk a foul by one of your big studs who came back into the ball game with just under 2 minutes to play, all saddled with 2. Here's their runner, no good, foul coming. Singleton will head to the line with 5.7 seconds left to go.
Silver Knight foul on number 14, Tim Martin. That's his second.
Tim Martin
Foul number 5.
picks up his second. That's 5 fouls, and it's the penalty now the rest of the way, as short as it is. And Singleton to the line. He misfires on the first. Jason has struggled at the line. 42% at the stripe this year. Still found his way to being the district player of the year, and he'll come out. And Brian Ankama, 6'3" junior forward, comes in and takes his place. 5 to play. Ball's loose on the floor, and that's the way this first half ends. It's double your pleasure for the Vikings of Columbus Academy. The winners of Region 18 lead the winners of Region 20, Summit Country Day, by a score of 26-13. We'll take a timeout here for the half, and when we come back, we'll break down the first half and look ahead to half number 2 when we return on Spectrum News 1. We're just mere moments away from the start of this second half here on Spectrum News 1. Thanks for joining us here on this one. This Division 5 boys state semifinal, the first ever in the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio went to 7 divisions after the last off-season, so instead of 4 divisions, now we have 7. So this is the first ever boys state semifinal in Division 5 in the history of the state. The winner of this one will take on the winner of the Region 17-19 battle between Cleveland Heights, Lutheran East, and Minford. And they'll play that game a week from tomorrow. That's the 22nd. And that'll be the early game at 10:45, and you can catch that one right here on Spectrum News 1. Right now, the early returns favor Columbus Academy as they have the lead, 26-13. After taking a 16-9 lead after one period, they outscored Summit Country Day 10-4 in the second period. Leading scorer in this ball game is Theo Falkenhain with 11 points. He had 3 trays in the first half, including 1 to close out the first quarter. The rebounding battle belongs right now to Columbus Academy. Doubling up right now on Summit Country Day, 12-6. The Vikings will get the ball first to start off this second half. Anderson Davis to toss it on in, and away we go. We go left to right and attack the west end. Falkenhain off the high Jackson screen. Singleton. Back to Falkenhain. Penetrates, pops, goes glass, and scores 2 more on his own. He's got a game-high 13. This is the biggest lead of the ball game at 28-13. Steal. Here's Jackson to the hole. Timeout. So just like that, 37 seconds deep into this third period, a timeout charge to Kevin Johnson. And we'll step aside right here on Spectrum News 1. Columbus Academy is making its second Final Four appearance. The Vikings were Class A runner-ups to Kalida back in 1981. That's the last time they made it. The last time the Silver Knights were here, it was 2012. Kevin Johnson, the head coach, was their star guard on that team, taking them all the way to the championship. And this is their 4th appearance here in the state Final Four. 30-13 out of the timeout. It's Joyner. He leans, he puts it up. No good. The putback is no good as well, and we've got a foul with 7:05 to play here in the third.
Columbus Academy foul number 2, Caden Ivory. That's his first.
Caden Ivory picks up his first.
Shooting 2 for Summit Country Day, number 21,
LJ Stocks. As we mentioned back in the first half, with a great pedigree, goes to the firing line and gets the front end. 64.5% shooter at the stripe this year. And he needed to cut into that lead. It's ballooned up to as much as 17 for Columbus Academy. The second one, he lets fly, front iron no, and it's loose on the floor, still loose, and we've got a tie-up.
Jump ball.
Jump ball, it'll stay up front.
Summit Country Day.
And Kevin Johnson's team gets a break. A minute deep here into this third period. Walters, who triggered, gets it back momentarily. Martin gets a touch. Stocks up high. He puts it on the deck. Stuck at the elbow. 3 off the wing, knock it down! Caleb Walters, averaging 12 a ball game, gets the trifecta, his second of the night. And it's 30-17. They play it up front. A missed jam by Caden Ivory, though he was blocked away by Joyner. Joyner stuck in the paint. Has to come out, and we've got a foul.
Columbus Academy foul number 2.
It's too quick on Ivory here in this third period. Right now, if you're Kevin Johnson, you need to get your team to chip away. Don't think about trying to get everything back down by 13. Walters throws in. It's Joyner. Puts it right to the rack. Joyner with his 4th point, averaging 15 a ball game. 13-9. Beg your pardon, 30-19. Jackson plays. Singleton to the rack he goes. That's no good, but the putback by Davis.
Anderson Davis, 2.
That breaks a 6-0 run by Summit Country Day. Steal. A 3-on-1 break. Singleton to the rack. He goes. No good. The ball is loose. We've got a foul on the floor with 5:30 to go here in the third.
Summit Country Day foul number 11, Max Joyner. That's his second.
Joyner picks up his second.
Number 1. Checking in for Summit Country Day, number 2, Avery Jordan.
Avery Jordan checks back into this ballgame for Kevin Johnson's Silver Knights, and this one tapped out, we had the other way. Man pressure on the outset. Jordan. Joyner got a quick touch. They play it outside. Oh, might have gotten away with some steps here. Walters, wraparound pass, it stays up front. It looked like Walters was initially up and down left of the lane. That's what the Columbus Academy fandom was calling for. No call, we played on. 5:08 to play here in the third. Here's a 3 off the wing, left short. The rebound, put back Joyner, he can't get it to drop. It's Singleton. He picked it up. By the way, Jason Singleton's drive to the state Final Four recalls another Singleton's drive to a Final Four. And a timeout charged to Columbus Academy. We'll hold things right here. Raised in Detroit, Jason Singleton Sr. made his way to Ohio State, was a forward on the 1999 Ohio State Buckeye team that went to the Final Four. As a senior captain on that team, he averaged 9 points a contest and shot 63.5% from inside the three-point line. That was best in the Big Ten. After graduation in grad school and a teaching career in Detroit, Senior came back to Columbus to work for Ohio State in 2012, working in athletic compliance, and then ultimately having oversight of the men's basketball team. And then in 2019, he came to Columbus Academy to become their athletic director. So the younger Singleton has made his state's Final Four in high school, and the older one, a national Final Four. So there's heritage amongst basketball players within the family. And that's quite something to talk about at the dinner table. In this case, Singleton's squad, the younger one, is about 12 and a half minutes away from a final date in Dayton a week from tomorrow. Singleton, great on-the-ball defense. And this ball kicked to the sideline, and we head the other way. I mean, outstanding defense. Defense has been a preaching point with both head coaches. It tends to be a little bit more on the ball and passing lanes that you jump if you're Jeff Worsler's team, and it's rebounding for Summit Country Day. Here's Davis to the rack, no good, fouled and fouled hard going to the hoop. He'll go to the line with 4:17 to go.
Summit Country Day foul number
Fouls
2.
on Avery Jordan, that's his second. And that's 2 here in this third period with 4:17 to go.
Anderson Davis.
Davis with 10 points, averaging just about 8 points a contest per game throughout the season. He makes the first.
Summit Country Day number 20, TK Inzianwu.
So we see Martin come out of the ball game for Summit Country Day, and Chike Anusianwu come back in for Kevin Johnson's squad. Davis has 12, 34-19. Anusianwu got away with steps, so it appears, if you believe Columbus Academy and their fans. Here's the runner. A pinball machine, no good. Joyner the putback. He can't get it to drop, and we got a foul underneath. With 3:45 to go here in this third period. Fouls on Caden Ivory. That's his third. All of them have come here in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Number 21, LJ Stotts.
LJ Stocks will go to the line. 6 points so far in this ball game. He lets fly in the first and good.
Returning for the Vikings, number 11, Harmon Gouen.
So Ivory with his 3 personals comes out. And Harmon Gouen, who came in and saw extensive minutes in the first and second quarters, checks in for his first appearance of this third. He lets fly on the next, no good. And it's 34-20. 1 and 2 down this time. Davis, Falkenhain between the rings. Singleton stuck free throw line. Nice step in. He can't, puts it up, puts it in! So he missed initially, got the putback. He'll go to the line for the bonus.
Silver Knight foul number 21.
Fouls on LJ Stocks, and that's his second.
Foul number 3. At the line with 1 shot.
Third team foul this quarter for Summit Country Day. Singleton looking for a 6-point, and he gets it, the old-fashioned 3. He's a little slow in the scoring column so far in this ballgame, but it hasn't mattered with his team up by 17, with 3:19 to play here in the third. We got a foul. It's on Harmon Gouen, blocking the ball handler's way on that left side.
Foul number 11, Harmon Gouen. That's his first team foul number 4.
That's a 4th team foul against Columbus Academy, so the next one will be the penalty. Joyner drops it off to the corner. It's nearly stolen away, Falkenhain, but has it taken back. He couldn't quite hold on to it. Here's Joyner, a high runner, no good. He'll go to the line.
Columbus Academy foul number 5, Jason Singleton.
So Singleton picks up his third.
Number 5, shooting 2 for Summit Country Day. Number 11, Max Joyner. And
Joyner to the firing line, where he's a 71% shooter at the stripe this year, and good. Max, just a freshman, had a career-high 27 in the regional final at the Nutter Center a week ago. A double-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds. He also had 6 blocked shots. He took 23 shots in that game, as he makes 2 shots here. But he was very surprised to get that many shot opportunities, but Kevin Johnson talked to us and said he was going good, keep him going good. As he breaks the drought, 37-22. It's Guin, mid-post, drops it off, foul underneath as he played it into MJ Jackson. With 3:02, beg your pardon, 2:47 left to play here in the third.
Max Joyner, that's his third.
Max Joyner picks up personal number 3.
Shooting 2 for Columbus Academy, number 11, Armin Guin.
So Guin looked like he played it on a pass underneath, but Joyner must have got him thinking it's a shot attempt and redirected it into a pass. And that first one's no good. Armin Guin to the firing line, 6'5" senior, averaging 3 points a ball game. He's a 63.5% shooter at the stripe this year. He lets fly on the second and makes 1 of 2. (38-22). Man defense. They play in. It's Joyner. He leans in for the score. Max is starting to warm up. A couple consecutive field goals. He's got 8 in the book. Falkenhain, Jackson, low right, and contact before he can go up. Looked like Anusianwu picked up the person.
Number 2, Avery Jordan, that's his third.
Well, they're going to give it to Jordan.
Shooting 2 for Columbus Academy, number 33, MJ Jackson.
So MJ to the line. He's a 66% shooter at the stripe. You don't want to say he's an unconventional center. The height doesn't dictate that he would play the 5 at 6'3", but he does, and that's because he's got the body of a linebacker or an outside defensive end in football. Rebound, put back, Davis misfires, and we play on. No foul call. Summit Country Day down by 14. Here's our runner, and that one's missed, and MJ Jackson clears it out. It's Seymour, who came in on the last timeout, plays to Falkenhain. 2 to play here in the third. Falkenhain gets it back from Jackson. They look for Jackson, and now it's Falkenhain to the rack. He goes! 15 for Falkenhain to make it 40-24. They played inside, taken away. Jackson comes away with it. And another empty possession here for Summit Country Day. Steal. It's a 2-on-1 break. And it's deflected but saved. Here's 3 for Walters. He knocks it down.
Walters for 2.
So it's a foot on the line, a 2, and it's 40-26.
Summit Country Day, foul number 2, Avery Jordan. That's his
Avery
fourth.
Jordan picks up his 4th. A couple here in the last couple of minutes.
Shooting a double bonus for Columbus
An effort
Academy,
foul to be
number
sure,
22,
but one that comes at half
Anderson
court
Davis.
is not going to make Kevin Johnson very happy. Davis back to the stripe. Again, as we had mentioned, 82.5% of the charity stripe this year. He makes the first.
Number 12, Dallas Goins. Number 14, Tim Martin. And number 24, Brayton Woolajewicz.
Wholesale substitutions for Summit Country Day. Well, you're in a pivotal part of this ball game right now. If you're Summit Country Day, you got to make a move now. Davis makes them both. 42-26. Summit's down by 16 in the ball. Drive Walters and count the bucket and the foul. Or was that Stocks? So it's Stocks who got it, beg your pardon. He gets the bucket and the harm. He'll go to the line.
At the line with one shot for Summit Country Day, number 21, LJ Stocks.
LJ gets him a little closer. Bucket in the harm, 42-29, under a minute to play here in this third. Davis lost it. Intended for Guin, out on the sideline, right to his own bench, and it's an unforced turnover. Back to Summit Country Day. It looked like a little bit ago, just a few minutes ago, that Columbus Academy, when they ballooned their lead up to 16, that they were going to run Summit out of the gym. That's not been the case, though they've held the Silver Knights at arm's length. It's Martin, back outside, 3 off the mark. No good this time on down for LJ Stocks. And we'll see if Columbus Academy plays for a final shot of this third. It's Davis, plays Falkenhain. Gives it up and gets it back from MJ Jackson, who will run towards the post. They'll disdain the look down there, 12 seconds to play. Off the high screen, Falkenhain drops it off. Jackson puts it in. That was pretty. 2 seconds to play. Here's a 3 at the buzzer, no good, and we head to the fourth. Columbus Academy is 8 minutes away with a date in Dayton a week from tomorrow here on Spectrum News 1. To the fourth quarter we go, a 15-point lead for Columbus Academy. They have the ball. It's Falkenhain, Davis, top of the key, Jackson at the elbow. They're going to be a little bit more deliberate, I would imagine, in the final 8, nursing a 15-point lead. Off the Jackson screen. It's winning time for Worsler. He plays it down low and in. Anderson Davis.
Summit Country Day foul number 24.
Fouls on Woolajewicz.
Woolajewicz, that's his first team foul number 1. Shooting 2 for Columbus Academy.
So,
number 22,
no bucket, it
Anderson
doesn't count,
Davis.
and Davis heads to the line to shoot 2.
Returning for the Silver Knights, number 11,
Max Joyner comes back in for Tim Martin. One of the hallmarks for Summit Country Day has been interchangeability here this season. And we see 2 here by Davis. 46-29. They work down low, charge. Starting to see a little frustration by Summit Country Day out on the floor. So Stocks guilty of the charge. That's his third. Davis, and they play it up front. Jackson, Falkenhain to the rack, he goes! Columbus Academy shares the ball well, 13 assists per ball game. An assist leads to a 19-point lead. And in, count the bucket and the foul. So Stocks gets the bucket, he'll head to the line for the bonus. And Jason Singleton picks up personal number 4.
Taking it for Columbus Academy, number 10, Charlie Ruby. At the line with 1.
Charlie Ruby will come on in and take the place of Singleton, saddled with 4 now, and Stocks to the line. He makes the bonus and cuts it back to a 16-point ball game. And it's Falkenhain dashing across into the forecourt. Davis comes up top, and they move 2 players down in the post. Jackson comes back up on top, looking inside for Falkenhain. 19 for Theo. 50-32. They work inside. Joyner for 2.
Joyner.
Here's Davis, he pops 12 feet away, can't get it to drop, too hard off the back iron. Here's a move, Stocks to the well, he goes. Beg your pardon, it's Dallas Goings. His first bucket of the night, averaging 4.5 a ball game, 50-36. They work inside, Ruby is rejected by Joyner. 7-2 run for Summit. They're trying to catch up. And a timeout charge to Columbus Academy, to Jeff Worsler, and we'll step aside as well here on Spectrum News 1. We had mentioned a little bit ago that this is the 4th appearance in the Final Four for Summit Country Day. Their first appearance came in 1979, losing the Class A semifinal to St. Henry. They were state runner-ups in 1980, losing to Sandusky St. Mary's, also in Class A, and then in 2012, they won the Division III title with Kevin Johnson on that team. 50-36, Falkenhain drops it off Davis, fills the lane, goes up strong, draws the foul.
Summit Country Day foul number 24.
4 is on Braden Wolujewicz. That's his second.
Team foul number 3.
3 team fouls
Number 22, Anderson
here in this quarter. So you still have another one to give before it's the penalty the rest of the game. Davis lets fly to make 1 of 2. He's got 17 in the book, 51-36. Jumper off the elbow. Walters can't get it to drop, and this one out of bounds. And some contact as well as Wolujewicz went to the floor.
Columbus Academy foul number 10, Charlie Ruby.
Charlie Ruby picks up his first.
Team foul number 2.
And that's 2 team fouls now on Summit Country Day. LJ Stotts, no good, foul. Caden Ivory looking, putting his hands on his head saying, "Who, me?"
Number 2, Caden Ivory, that's his 4th.
And he picks up personal number 4. All 4 fouls have come here in the second half.
Number 21, LJ Stotts.
So Stocks will go to the line. Well, let's fly in the first. So Ivory, saddled with 4, comes out. Harmon Guin takes his place for Jeff Worcester's squad. Winner goes to Dayton a week from tomorrow. The next one is up and through. Double team on Falkenhain, kick ball.
Kick ball.
So the ball will come in from the sideline. Davis will get to trigger for Columbus Academy. Falkenhain has been the story tonight with 19 points to lead everybody. Off the high, Jackson screen gives MJ, and he walks. An unforced turnover. And Summit, if they're going to try to catch up, they've got 5:18 to do it. It stalks outside, penetrates. Guin shuts him off on the baseline and now turns around, he draws the foul. And right now that's the recipe for Kevin Johnson, driving the lane and getting points if you don't get the bucket on those drives at the free throw line. Harmon Guin picks up his third. Stocks at the stripe, lets fly and good. He's made a living at the line tonight. Right now with a team high 16, 10 of those points have come at the line. He cuts it back to an 11-point game. 17 in the book for LJ Stocks. Davis up high. Outside the lane, he pops 15 feet away. Boy, that was a pretty one. Stocks, lets fly, wave off the bucket, foul coming before the shot.
No basket.
So the foul away from the ball.
Offensive foul, Summit Country Days, number 24, Brayden.
So Wolusiewicz in the paint knocked into a man, and that negates the bucket. Brayden picks up the personal, that's his third. And that's a bad news scenario there for Summit Country Day. Davis feeds inside, Jackson low right. One-on-one down there, and I'll hand it back off, reset with Davis. Davis another 15-footer. No drop this time, and it's Ruby, he puts it up, no good. The rebound, Davis puts it up for two.
Anderson Davis.
55-40, and a hold on the way to the hoop.
Columbus Academy foul number 10, Charlie Ruby. That's his second.
Charlie Ruby picks up the personal.
Number 5.
That's his second, and that's 5 team fouls.
Shooting a double bonus for Summit Country Day, number 12, Dallas Goins.
And Goins to the line where he's a 71.5% shooter. Summit's down by 15. They've not been able to break the double-digit barrier here in the second half. And that's really been the modus operandi for Columbus Academy this year. Big winners on a game-by-game basis. Outscoring the opposition by 27 points a night. No good on both. And Davis the rebound. MJ Jackson outside. Singleton, who's back in the ball game now for Columbus Academy, has the ball momentarily. Falkenhain back to Singleton off the high Jackson screen. Right of the lane. Outside, Falkenhain disdains three and plays it back. Anderson into the lane, draws the foul. I can't tell you that this game has become sloppy, but it's become a game of attrition and a game being won at the line.
Team foul number 5.
Wolujewicz picks up personal number 4. And both teams are in the penalty. Davis misfires. Not seen that many of those tonight. Looking for point number 22 to match his jersey number. 10 makes it the stripe tonight. 6 field goals. Anderson Davis has 22 points, 56-40. Stocks low left. Drew the foul. MJ Jackson was there, got a little help from Davis. I think they're going to get Jackson on this one.
Columbus Academy foul number 11, Harmon Goodwin.
Well, they say 11. We didn't see Harmon in the picture.
Number 21, LJ Stocks.
So that's 4 on Goodwin. Stocks will go to the line. Again, as we mentioned, team leader tonight in scoring. It's not been the usual suspects for either team. The leading scorers of either team have really not factored in the scorebook tonight. Stocks makes them both.
30-second timeout, Columbus Academy.
And we have a 30 charge to Jeff Worsler of Columbus Academy. We'll step aside with them here on Spectrum News 1. Davis will trigger for Columbus Academy. 3:15 until they have a date in Dayton a week from Saturday. Singleton handles momentarily. Falkenhain outside. Caden Ivory, and he's back. And you would imagine that he's going to finish the game unless he gets a 5th foul. And it's a starting 5 out there for Columbus Academy. Stolen away. Stocks handling. He pops. Left of the lane for 3. He knocks it down.
Caleb Walters.
Beg your pardon, Caleb Walters, his 3rd trifecta. And it's an 11-point contest. A hold. It's on Walters as Singleton was making his move with 2:29 to go.
Southern Country Day foul number 3, Caleb Walters. That's his 4th.
Caleb picks up his 4th.
Bonus for Columbus Academy, number 5, Jason Singleton.
Singleton misfires. Has 6 in the book tonight. He averages 13.5. Had some foul trouble earlier in the first half. Never really got going, but never really had to. And saved by Columbus Academy. MJ Jackson has been a force tonight as well. Falkenhain has it, holding on to it, drives, drops it off. It goes to Jackson. Those two have been looking for one another all night. Back to a 13-point lead. 3 on the way, left short, saved. Columbus Academy holding on to it, and now Wolujewicz tripping up the ball handler. He'll pick up the personal as he dropped Caden Ivory to the floor as well.
Southern Country Day foul number 24, Braden Wolujewicz. That's his 5th.
So Wolujewicz picks up his 5th. He got his money's worth tonight, that's for sure.
And for Southern Country Day, number 20, Chike Nziomu. At the line for Columbus Academy.
So Wolujewicz fouls out.
Caden Ivory.
And Chike Nziomu will take his place in the lineup. Ivory misfires on the first.
Substitution number 2, Avery Jordan.
One of 2. Caden's in the book tonight, and it's 59-45. 3 straight on, misfires. The putback. Anusianwu can't get it to drop. It's still loose, and it's still loose. And we'll have a tie-up with 1:43 to play.
Jump ball.
It'll stay up front on alternating possessions. Talked about Jason Singleton being the leading scorer on this team, getting a lot of looks. He's already getting college offers in the Big Ten. Here's a 3 straight on. No good, and this one will stay up front. So Singleton was a student in elementary school for Jeff Worcester, who teaches physical education within Columbus Academy's system. 3 and 1! Walters with another trifecta, his 4th of the night, and he'll go to the line.
Columbus Academy foul number 2, Caden Ivory. That's his 5th.
So Caden Ivory will leave the ball game. That's his 5th and final.
At the line for Summit Country Day, number 3, Caleb Walters.
Walters is to the stripe where he's a 77% shooter, makes it a 4-point play, and it's a 10-point contest at 59-49. And we've got to stop before Columbus Academy can get down the floor.
Number 2, Avery Jordan.
Jordan, another foul before he can get to half court, and he might have fouled off as well. I have him down for 5.
Returning for Summit Country Day.
So he comes out, and Tim Martin will check back in.
Double bonus for Columbus Academy. Number 3, Theo Falkenhain.
So Falkenhain to the stripe, who's had a big night, and he drops in the first. He had a momentum 3 to close out the first quarter, and he's got 20 in the book after that first make at the line. Got them both. Back to a 12-point contest. Walters plays back up on high, stocks, penetrates. Pass deflected and taken away. Falkenhain up ahead. Here's Singleton. He missed the jam, and this one bounces all the way to his head coach. So we had mentioned just a moment ago that Singleton had Worcester as a teacher in elementary school. And so when Singleton's dad came along, you wondered if Worcester would stay, but he developed a great relationship as this one misfires, and it was very clear that Worcester wanted to stay and play for the elder Singleton. It's Walters. To the rack he goes, misfires. The rebound, and we may have a tie-up. We do. We have the other way with 49.9 to go. The long baseball pass out to Singleton. Thank you very much. To the fun way for Singleton for the exclamation point tonight. Steal. Here's Singleton on a break. 2-on-1 to the rack. He missed the jam. Jackson back outside Falkenhain with 24 to play. And now a foul.
Summit Country Day foul number 12, Dallas Goins.
Dallas Goins picks up his second.
Junior double bonus for Columbus Academy, number 3, Theo Falkenhain.
Falkenhain to the line. He's got 21 in the book tonight. Skips away and no good. Senior guard, 5'11". Averages 12 points a game. He has 21 tonight. We mentioned just a bit ago he had a momentum 3 back in the first half to close out the quarter. He misfires, and this one tapped out. We have the other way. 21.6 left to go. And we're gonna see the emergence of center Ray Perez for MJ Jackson. Perez at 6'5", a sophomore, comes in to close out the ball game in the post. It's goings between the circles. Drive and a finish. Stocks another bucket for him tonight. And that's the way we close things out. Columbus Academy is one step away from an undefeated season. They'll go to Dayton a week from tomorrow night. The Vikings are 28-0, winning this one 63-51 tonight over Summit Country Day, who bows out at 17-8. A really outstanding effort tonight by Theo Falkenhain, who really established control of the ball game in the first half. He finishes with 21 points. It's a game-high 22 tonight for Anderson Davis. So the pair combined for 43 of the 63 points by winning Columbus Academy. A spectacular finish, an effort, great effort tonight by the Vikings. In the loss tonight, not to be outdone, LJ Stocks finished with a team-high 21 points. It was a really outstanding effort. He had 13 makes at the line to keep his team alive for a while. But Columbus Academy never let Summit Country Day get back to a single-digit deficit, and they held on and worked the ball on free throws down the stretch in great defense to win this one going away. We see Theo Falkenhain down there getting interviewed, and he has been the guy that Jeff Worsler has pointed to as a spiritual leader on this team, and he really showed up here in this ball game tonight. Here in Springfield, a fine effort, the first ever Division V state semifinal here in Ohio, and it did not disappoint. The rebounding battle tonight was won, as you would imagine, by Columbus Academy, 27-17. And that was the real big difference here in this one. And officially, Anderson Davis finished up with 25 points tonight to go along with 9 rebounds. An outstanding effort tonight for the senior forward going to Case Western. So we'll put a wrapper to this one, as we'll see Columbus Academy a week from tomorrow in Dayton. They'll take on the winner of the Region 17 and 19 game. That's Cleveland Heights Lutheran East, the defending Division III champions in Ohio, and Minford. And the championship game will be at UD Arena a week from tomorrow, and you can catch that game right here on Spectrum News 1. Thanks go out to our entire crew tonight. Our videographer was Ken LaRock. Our statistician was Cindy Holbrook. Our special thanks to Ryan Morrow and his crew here at Wittenberg for the great assistance to get this game underway. Our coordinating producer was Jeff Hitzman. Our executive producer, Rob Kuhn. Again, 63-51, the winner tonight for Columbus Academy. The Vikings move on at 28-0. Summit Country Day bows out at 17-8. I'm Geoff Kim. Good night from Springfield.